Hello, I am IBX and welcome back to another live stream on the internet. And hopefully we're working this time because, hello, I'm IBX and I'm feeling a little nostalgic this time around because I just went to TwitchCon, and the TwitchCon that I just attended was basically Minecraft throwing the first Minecon style event since 2016, literally a decade ago now. And as someone who's attended a lot of things in the meantime related to Minecraft and even just games conventions, none of them really feel the same. And I think that's like entirely reasonable and fair. But it was cool to have like a proper Minecraft-y convention, you know, the opportunity to meet all sorts of people from the online world, but in the real world. I thought it was really cool. So hello, I'm IBX and today we'll talk a little bit about it, as well as, I don't know, my experience in the Netherlands in general. I think that's cool. And then I have a little bonus for you all. So, yeah, I've got my webcam on today, right? Nope. Whoopsie. Hello, that's me. You know, there's some teething issues in this streams. We can't see you. You know, it's because I'm invisible. That is the only correct assumption you should make. So what we can do is we can remove the background, obviously. Can someone tell me if this looks a little crazy to you? Like, it... Also, whoa, you could see like a little square of the background appear there. But this is my new setup. I'm temporarily... Actually, you know, do you want a full explanation? If you are someone who cares about my life, I'm going to tell you as if you are, and you can find out if you care based on my response here. So basically, I like, the UK had one of its, like, a lot of people go through real contortions to try and upset themselves about the UK calls this a heat wave, but it's hotter than this in Texas every single day in the winter. But it's like, no, the UK, because we go through like random hot snaps, like it's not like, I think most places go pretty gradually up and then pretty gradually down. There's a graph like that. Whereas like, I feel like we do like this. So there's like massive shock cold or rainy days and massive shock hot days, but also crucially, like, you know, it's not air conditioned. And so as someone who, I for the most part, I kind of just accept like, yeah, okay, some days are going to be hot, but given that it was May and I was like unable to, you know, I wasn't thinking correctly. I had to work in quick 30-minute bursts. I was like, wait a minute, I have a room in my house where there is air conditioning. I'll just move my office into that room. So I set up this place a long time ago, where there's a 2 behind me, and the idea was I was going to have a second channel office. Just I figured it might be like good for work separation reasons. Also Plushbox, and Plush Blue Axolotl that I got from Minecraft Live. Oh, okay, I guess he likes being sideways. I've also got my something you might not have seen, maybe outside of my short, is this Minecraft Live cape. Oh, just in case. This Minecraft Live cape. It looks super, super nice. Anyway, yeah, also something you might not have seen is my brand new delivery that I just got from Creo. So I think they were horrified because this is technically thousands of dollars of merchandise they just mailed. Okay, so there's a box. Gonna make sure I don't show anything incriminating. Or rather doxing. Okay, so I've got some tax information that I have to mail back. I've got, because interestingly, because this is a multi-$1,000 shipment, there's real like customs like checks that apply to it. Like there's something called, like, I think it's like, what is it? De minimis? The idea that like below a certain threshold, they usually don't check if you're sending, I don't know, a pack of wine gums to your friend, but they will check if you're mailing 1 million wine gums to your friend, because you're probably doing something. Also, what a fantastic new office you have. Yeah, it's really cool. So above me there, if you look carefully upwards, you can see, wow, what's that? Is that AC? So it's a heat pump, if you're curious. So it's way more efficient at heating your house in the winter, and way more, and it can be used to cool it in the summer. If you're like, I think somewhere in like the 70s we had a revolution of like gas boilers instead of electric boilers that like changed everything. I feel like the future of cooling technology, I mean, effectively, like, if now that we live in a world with much more variable temperatures, I think honestly, like, once a year, I think it's worth re-looking at the data for, like, climate change and how it affects you. Because you might hear, like, oh, the world is heating up 2 degrees. But 2 degrees isn't a big deal. Or it's a really big deal, depending on who you ask. So, like, just understanding, like, okay, outside of the tragic things that you have to care about because they're on the news, how is your day-to-day going to be affected? And it's like, yeah, there will be more hot days. Like, the hottest hot days aren't that much hotter than they were before. They're just way more frequent now. So the hottest day has been breached, or the hottest day for May or something, has been breached in the UK, but by like 0.5 degrees or something. But the real bad thing is that we had the hottest day, and we're likely to have another day that hot and another 10 days that hot. Card signing stream, yay. Yeah, so let's get to a fun spot here. And so they sent me a Sharpie, idiot, so I'm going to keep this, and I'm going to show them who's boss. And they also sent me a bunch of these boxes. So, again, I want to show you the outside box, but it's got a bunch of concerning shipping instructions on here. Because they, again, like, I have an address that is exactly my address, but with one little detail added, and some postal carriers do not understand. Like, I don't know how to, like, say this without doxing myself. But say I live at 39 Wallaby Way. There is 39B Wallaby Way that is an entirely different. It's really far away from me. And some people are like, yeah, 39B. That's where we should go to. Because if you're at 39B and you can't see 39, you might think, well, this is obviously what they mean by 39. And what's annoying is, like, the 39B people, obviously everyone knows they live at 39B. You can't show up at regular 39 and be like, this is 39B. But you might show up at 39B, which is, again, not that close to here. Like, it's walkable, but you might show up at 39B and think, yeah, that's probably what they meant by 39. Because if there's no 39 near 39B, then that 39B must be 39. Okay, sorry, that was a really long explanation to say nothing. But as a result, in Scotland, I have a heat pump for my heating. Thankfully not as hot here, but I occasionally do wish it was also giving me AC. I haven't heard of a heat pump that doesn't do AC, except... Okay, actually, no, this is my... I think this is my most radical... I don't care what argument you give me in favor of this. This is, like, bad governance belief. You only get the grants, that is to say the government chips in for heat pumps because they're way more efficient. You only get the grant if your heat pump isn't allowed to do AC. So they have to sell heat pumps that can't do reverse heat pumping, which is to say heat up the outside world to cool down your inside world. They can't do that, or you won't get the, in some cases, like, multiple £1,000 grants. Whereas if you can do AC, I think I got a slight VAT rebate. Like, I paid 5% instead of 20% VAT. But, like, I pay taxes as opposed to the government paying me. And the government pays you if you get a regular heat pump that can't do AC. And the logic is that if you have AC, you'll use it in the summer, and that will contribute to electricity load. So there is some logic on the idea of, like, yeah, people with heat... If we're trying to get people to use more efficient heating, we don't want them to be less efficient by cooling down their places. But I would say, like, look, AC is enough of a reason for so many people to want heat pumps. If you say your heat pump can't do AC, it's just a worse boiler or a worse radiator or whatever to some people. But if you say it has AC, you change people's life. They're like, yes, I want to be cold. You have one hot day and you're like, I'll go through anything to be cold again. Is your lens dirty? That's a good question. Let me give you a good licking right now, and you can tell me if you think that my lens is dirty. Okay. Let's do it. Let's do it. Oh, where is the lens? Oh, it's this one. Okay. Is my lens dirty? I think it might have been. It looks better now, right? It looks a little bit better now. Am I crazy? No, I think... Was my lens dirty, chat? I did leave it on my... I did leave it out on my old office, but... Okay. I don't want to get stuck in recursive, never finishing my previous fort because I have a new fort. Because that's fun, and I like to do it. But I've got some cards to sign today. Oh, interesting. So this is... Oh, cool. I'm going to sign the actual cards. I haven't taken my cards out of my sleeves. So this is my first time actually handling cards. Turn the big light on. I think it's just low light. Oh, let me turn up my light. Chat. So if you want to know the real best thing about being here, let's jailbreak the heat-only units. Yeah, I think, legitimately, I think if you do, I think power to you. I'm sure it's easy enough to do, right? Because I think it would be. I bet you could, like, I don't know, like you can sell a lot of things that are legally fine, and then you can like change a piece of code and make it entirely fine. So yeah, I've not actually held these physical cards, but I'm gonna sign these somewhere on them. Actually, chat. So this is 100 cards, I would guess. Man, it's 100 cards in here. So just as an interesting tidbit, maybe you find this interesting. I'm going to be signing slightly more than that. What is it? 389? Let me check. creocards.com/product/IBX Toycat signed collector's edition. So it doesn't say, but I think it was 300. It was between 300 and 400. But I'm going to be signing closer to 400 because there is just an expectation that some number get broken, which is kind of wild. Like when you make a limited prime product, you also have to consider that, like, yeah, of course, some amount of limited time products will break. AC for everyone. Yeah, that was my, like, overarching point of that, is, like, I understand there are costs with AC, even to society, but the benefits can't, like, I don't know, like, it seems weird how we can have industrial policy that says, like, I guess, like, it seems very weird to me as a whole that if we have one big government that covers this entire island, and, you know, like, if you live in, like, I think every country that has a bigger economy than us, like, I'm thinking, like, US, China, Germany, not Japan, interestingly. Although, yeah, actually Japan too. Every country with a bigger economy than the UK has very, like, segmented government. So you could, in theory, have a state government that disagrees with the federal government, and they can, like, fight each other a little bit, or have conflicting aims. So, like, California could tell you to gamble more, because Nevada could tell you to gamble more, while the federal government puts out ads saying, please don't gamble. My favorite stupid example of this is trains in Florida. Florida doesn't want to give trains right of way, so they have a bunch of level crossings. But Florida drivers are very good, really want to get to their destination. And so Florida drivers get hit by trains at astronomical rates. Like, rates that are, like, shocking if you were to hear what they were. So, because Florida drivers are getting hit by trains more, the Floridian government could fix that, but they don't want to. And so it's the federal government that has to step in and be like, look, if you see a train's coming, don't drive your car onto the tracks. In fact, in general, don't drive your car onto the tracks if you can't see the exits clear. And I think that's, like, a funny case of it. Also, I'm so excited. I've got 4, but 1 is for Dasher. It feels like I should just be able to send you them right now, Kat. We could save the you know, UPS, FedEx, DHL. We could save them a little bit of work on this one, couldn't we? I could just mail them straight up to you. But again, because of legal compliance, I don't fully understand. Honestly, that's the funny thing about legal compliance, right? There's a lot of, like, compliance that basically comes down to, we need to say that it's compliance because then, like, everyone understands that laws are complicated and people need to have jobs related to laws. Like, I saw something today. So I was looking into the corporate structure of the speedrunning map. If you don't know, I'm making a video about Minecraft are promoting a speedrunning world, and it's an atrocity on the Bedrock community. Is there any update about the Moonlight Cape? So it's still only available in this one particular geographic region. And it was Dasher who gave me the confidence to say, I think I'm not going to go to Buenos Aires because I assume it will come to the UK. It happened with like I almost went to Houston. I would have had to travel. I was in Ontario or something like that. So it would have been like an 8-hour round trip journey. I almost made the 8-hour round trip journey. And then it appeared in London, like, on the way, like, it's in a bit of London that I think everyone goes through anyway. It's on the Jubilee line. Everyone's going through it anyway. So it was like, it was very handy for them to put that where they put that. And I almost went on an 8-hour journey when I think it was like 8 minutes in the end. In fact, it was so short that I think I went to it like multiple times. I kept having people offering like, do you want to go to the Minecraft experience? And I'd say like, well, I don't see why not. I can't remember if I put the shipping address as Aruba or my freight forwarder in Florida. Ooh, Florida. That's fun. It all ties in together now, huh? So, yeah, I hope that whatever you did, it is something that makes you happy. I'm excited. Isn't it cool, by the way, that I'm going to be... So I'm really worried about this. Again, if I tear this wrong, I'm ruining 100 cards. What is the retail value of this? But chat, so I've got to sign on it. They gave me very strict instructions. So what we're going to do is we're going to point the camera down. By the way, let me tell you some cool things about my office. I want to share this because it took me a while to get this set up. Hey, Google, turn off Grandma's life support. Look at this, look at this.
I cannot assist with that request. Please speak with a medical professional or hospital staff regarding end-of-life care decisions.
Hey, Google, don't worry, it's not something medical. It's just the name for my smart plug. Can you turn off Grandma's life support now? Yeah, look at that!
Life support turned off.
Okay, sorry, that was... I just wanted to I just wanted to mention that if you ever hear me saying that, it is not me making a callous decision on stream about how Grandma should live her final days. Oh, it turned itself off. Okay, let me let's make sure that gets turned back on. So yeah, do you think the Villager Rescue will be retired soonish? I couldn't make it to Toronto last summer. I want to see if I can catch it on another trip. So I will say, living as remote as you do, Anne Thornton, your odds are pretty low of getting somewhere better than Toronto. That would be my assessment. I don't think it's going to be retired in the near future, but it definitely will be eventually. Like, if I'm being honest, the Villager experience is such a V0.1 product. Like, they made a thing, but it needs a lot of work. I think the outdoor one, the Buenos Aires one, might be a solution to that, maybe we could say. But, yeah, I'm not that promised. Also, I'm going to have to turn this on. Thanks to the Google trigger. Okay, I'll do it without Google triggering from my phone now. But yeah, because I don't, okay. There we go, look at that. Okay, so we're going to chop down some pale oak trees, because I need them for my big train station. And while I wait for some pale oak trees to grow, while also waiting for some other stuff, we'll do this. Does Grandma know that you're turning off her life support? I mean, she won't need to. Let's just say that much. By the time she knows, I'm not going to have an awkward conversation about it, and so does it even matter? Is I guess what I'm saying. Are smart plugs sentient? Ooh, there's a good question, Chili's Bean. Would break New Brunswick if it went there? 16-hour drive, even in my own country, couldn't swing it. Yeah, like, the Maritimes are so shockingly expensive to get to. It's interesting, it helps you appreciate, like, why in some countries they effectively subsidize flights to far-flung places like that. Because without it, you live in a place where only, you know, either the rich or the desperately needy can get to and from. But then it also makes you say, like, well, why are people living somewhere where only the rich and the desperately needy can go to? But then that's like, I don't know, I think that's, like, one of the biggest downsides of, like, or one of the biggest, like, I think it's like, we would live a better life if everyone just said to themselves, I will live where there are jobs and opportunity for me and those around me. But a lot of people don't say that, and so if you're born in a place where you're hours away from the nearest Minecraft experience, what you gonna do? Okay, so speaking of what you're gonna do, I've got to wait for these saplings to grow here, and while I do that anyway, how about we sign our first card? So chat, I'm gonna sign my first one different, and legally I'm actually not allowed to say what I'm about to say. So obviously I'm saying this as a joke. But that means that one of you will get the very first signed card, because it might look different than the rest. So I'm cracking into these now. Again, I'm absolutely terrified at the value of the merchandise that I'm holding. I never even considered the logistics process here, and how much that adds to the whole fresh card smell. Oh, I should have really like given my hands a rinse before doing this. So this is 100. Oh, look at that. That's trippy. That's really trippy. Speaking of trippy, thank you for the first tip since a while ago, actually. Below. Thank you for the £5 tip, Below. I will below anyone who is. I think I'm gonna stop this comment actually. So yeah, here are the cards, and I'm going to sign these on a flat surface because I could, if I wanted to. So I'm gonna just put these down again. I'm so terrified I'll drop these or something. I was sad I couldn't attend a meet you. Will you go to Gamescom in Cologne? I've been to Gamescom in Cologne a few times actually. It might be fun to do, honestly. But I think especially because TwitchCon just happened, I feel like I'm not going to know anyone there, which is to me like one of the partly cool experiences. So this is the Toy Cat. Actually, it might be like a good opportunity to drive. I've been looking for an excuse to drive my car to mainland Europe, and TwitchCon was almost that, but it like didn't work out logically. Like I got car insurance that cost like an extra like £20 or £30 to get one with European cover. And so now I have to, on an emotional level, drive to Europe at least once, or I've paid for car insurance for no reason, you know? And so I'm either going to catch like a ferry to Spain, or go in the tunnel and just, I don't know, drive as far in Europe as I can be bothered to. Maybe leave the car there when I'm done. So this is the first... That's a joke. This is the first card that I'm signing, chat. And despite a lot of very strong advice to sign this with a firm backing, I think the way I'm going to sign this one is specially... This is scary, chat. This is crazy. I'm worried. I think it should be on the house, right? Or should it be on the little piece of paper he's drawing? No, it should be on the house. No, I can't cover up the house. It's got to be at the bottom left here, the fence. I think the fence means the least. Or maybe it should be on, like, the Toy Cat belly. Chat, I'll try a few versions and you can tell me which one you like the most. So, this is my one-of-one signature. Oh, it's such a nice Sharpie. I like to do all block cap letters. Okay. What do you reckon about that, chat? It's a little stupid. Wait, was I meant to sign on the card? I'm going to quickly do a little check to make sure I didn't just deface a piece of property. Bottom right. Yeah, bottom right makes some sense. Also agree, tummy. Okay, so I'll do a... Okay, so this is my first signature on the stomach over here. I think that's like a fun place, but I think the like traditional place, I think the one that most people would expect is like bottom right. Oh, it's dark. It's probably bottom right, right? Okay, so... Oh, wait. Did my tree go yet? You know, I forgot that my Let's Play world, it's so lit up that I can just hang out in the dark and it's fine. It's perfect. Okay, so bottom right. I'm going to try a signature there. And we can see which one you prefer, maybe. So, I'm going to do this one in big. Again, I think I'm meant to be pretty consistent about this, but I'm going to hope that's just okay anyway. Bottom right. Okay, so here's the two cards. This is Toy Cat bottom right. This is Toy Cat belly. This is always going to be the number one. But this is... I feel like this makes more sense as a standard. What do you reckon? Also, I do like to add a little cat ears to the O. This is one of my little ways that I make it special. Remember not to smudge. Oh yeah. So I have very clear instructions that I'm not meant to stack these cards for something like 2 to 5 minutes after I've signed them. So now I need to put these over here. And to tempt fate a little bit, I've got a very cold drink nearby. Let's have a little beverage together, chat. So that is 2 out of 400 signed. So, if you're curious, this is a great taste kombucha. It's flavored with raspberry and elderflower. Ooh. I had a kombucha recently that tasted nothing like kombucha, and I liked it so much, and it made me realize maybe I don't like kombucha. Maybe it just shows up in places, you know, like in in fancy stores, and I like spending, you know, like £1.80 to £3 in a drink. You know, sometimes make me feel like I'm living life good. Maybe actually I'm just addicted to fun beverages, and kombucha is just there. You know, it's carbonated, so you feel like you're doing something. Kombucha for the win. I don't know. I think I'm starting to become I think I'm starting to appreciate that maybe I don't actually like kombucha. Maybe I like what kombucha signals to the world. You know. Also, that looks like a bottle of hydrogen peroxide and rubbing alcohol. So yeah, I've got 2 cards signed now, chat. I think we sign 2 cards every day, and we'll have them signed by probably not that long away, right? Easily by the end of the year. No, actually, there's not 200 days left in the year. No, there is 200 days left in the year. We're good. We'll have it signed by Christmas. Hey, Toycat, how many gigabytes is your Minecraft world? You're asking gigabytes, I have to assume. And in case you're not, let me show you how many gigabytes my world is. Oh, never mind. I need permission. If I go to settings, can I see it in here, maybe? Settings, saves, automatic. It's 1.1 gigabytes. Yeah, I don't have more precise information than that. I can guess from the fact that I have 3 1.1 gigabyte saves, and the total is 3.4 gigabytes, that it's actually more like 1.13. But yeah, it's been pretty consistently sized. I've been on a really big kick recently of this idea that actually infinite worlds are stupid. What are we even doing with infinite worlds? The last time I wanted to explore in this world and actually got value from it was when the Pale Oak came out. And then I got my Pale Oak tree, and it's like, well, I'm not going 10,000 blocks just to get that biome effect. It's a cool biome effect. But like, if there was one at spawn, I would value it. But if it's 10,000 blocks away, it doesn't matter how cool it is, I'm never going to take advantage of it. And that's something I realized recently. Giga ochet is interesting. I mean, a byte is bigger than a binary octet. So that's actually a good word. Oh, yeah, I guess byte, octet. I see the logic. Wow, when you say it like that. I forgot about creakings, chat. I entirely forgot they existed. Like, just I should know that I have one in my world, but I did forget, and that is a bit embarrassing. Speaking of things that are embarrassing, here's the Wandering Trader. Are you going to sell me some Pale Oak? No, some Dark Oak, though. I could buy some Dark Oak. I actually desperately need Dark Oak, so that's really good that he's offering that. Let's go into my house. Let's dump, like, a few Pale Oak logs. Let's do it. I've been limiting myself to 1k in every direction from spawn for the first year in my restarted world. Yeah, I think it's a healthy way to... I think I could make a billion arguments, but I think it's a really healthy way to at least start a world. In the long run, you know, make your own decisions and judgments. But it'd be my strongest recommendation. Okay, so speaking of strong recommendations, I've got some random oak logs that I should put away. Is this where oak logs go? I mean, I guess logically they can go here. Then we're going to grab 4 emeralds, and in the morning, I'll buy all the dark oak I can. Why did you choose to go on Saturday and not on Sunday when you already flew all the way there? Says Not Real 4. Oh, I've gone on a real big kick recently. If appreciate, like, so many people are like, well, I'm going somewhere. I might as well go for a few days. Like, so yeah, I'll answer your question, actually, since it's related to TwitchCon. Wait, actually, I'll answer your question right after I sign a 3rd card. That's right. I've got slightly... My drink is condensing onto my hands. Is it condensing? It's condensating. That's different to condensing. There's no milk involved in my drink. Do you take add-ons from other people to publish them, says Razy Things? I think that would breach my agreement with Microsoft if I just took someone else's. I've been offered it a lot of times. And then I spoke to other people about it, and they're like, you know, you could report those people and have them banned. And I was like, I'm not gonna knock on them. But, you know, now I know they should be offering me a bit more. You know, I thought they were just offering to sell me, like, a fancy drink, but now they're offering to sell me drugs. Now I know that my silence is worth something or other. Okay, so, speaking of my silence being worth something, please don't sign with Wet Hands. But Wet Hands is my favorite Minecraft song. Okay, I've dried my hands. We'll do another bottom right signature. But actually, I'll go for the full bottom this time. Like, bottom middle. Okay. I've signed my third card, chat. Again, with the light, it's a little bit tricky in here. I guess we just have to, like, face it slightly away from the light. And that is card number 3. So again, I'm not allowed to number these in any meaningful way like that. I've got some, Did you hear about the attribute swapping drama? I did, actually. So, to answer the question about, why fly out to TwitchCon just to go for one day? Honestly, so many people get really worked up about the idea of, like, if you're going on a trip somewhere, you have to go for at least X amount of days. And that can be an important piece of advice. I think for the standard holidayer, it is really smart. But to me, TwitchCon was not a holiday. It was like an opportunity to meet some people, see a city I haven't seen, and go to an event. Although I mean, I've actually been to The Hague, but like, you know, like I've been. Basically, I kind of figured. So many of the people I met were like, yeah, you go on Friday and you leave on Tuesday. You give yourself a little extra day to, you know, like, I don't know, rejuvenate or whatever. And I get the logic why some people do that. And I think the biggest reason is so you have relaxing moments. People want the opportunity to do nothing. But I kind of feel the opposite. I'm like, when I'm traveling, I'm traveling. I'm doing something. If I'm having a moment to myself or I'm, you know, relaxing, I'd rather do that at home. I've got all the facilities to best, you know, the one thing where this kind of changes is nowadays, more and more hotels are starting to have, like, smart screens. So you can just, like, mong out to some Netflix at the hotel before bed. I kind of am liking that. Like, getting... I need, like, an hour to decompress if I'm doing brain stuff all day. So having, like, an hour of YouTube, Netflix, you know, like, having an hour of, like, my content rather than some stupid TV. Really, really great. But otherwise, it's like, nah, if I'm just relaxing, it's way less efficient to do that on the go than it is to do it at home, in my opinion. And so I'd much rather, like, go somewhere, do the thing I'm there to do, and then get out, you know? And I really like the kind of hecticness of it all. A lot of people don't, and if you hate the hecticness, I could see why. Chat, this is signature number 4. Why stop at water stains? Oh wait, look, you see that? Wait, it definitely, like, panda, there we go. It's like, oh, it's like panning around for the card, is it? What if it comes with Toycat DNA as promised? Yeah, I am going to handle every single one of these. Okay, so get this right, chat. All it takes is one sneeze and I can DNA 95 cards at once here. Oh yeah, the Stanley Cup is an actual sporting event, not just the tumblers. Note say, just pressing one of these buttons. Sorry, that was Harrison about today's video. Also, I have a thumbnail for this video being worked on right now, if you're curious. We can clone you now. Yeah, this is cool. Even if I get hit by a car tomorrow, you know, it's not the end for me, let me tell you. So, I used to be a zombie is also great for trading for emeralds. And this is a nice chill activity we can go through. So yeah, you're also not doing the influencer hand backing to help with the focusing. Oh, yeah, what? Wait, I know this one. I learned this recently. So... You... Wait. I'm gonna... So chat, this is how you do it, right? You put your hand here. Right? This is how you do it, and then it has to focus on the card. It actually seems to work though, right? It actually is... Put the face down. Tricky to see. No, I'm imagining it. Okay, I've got 5 Toycat cards signed. And I've got to be very careful. Harrison interrupting SMH. Yeah, I am a little... I'm a little curious about what's going on with Harrison in today's video, but I have a stream to be doing, so that I will be trying to respond in the easiest ways. Would you have gone to TwitchCon if you weren't a YouTuber? Yeah, for the cape. Would I have gone to TwitchCon were I not a YouTuber and there was no cape? If I had the same friendship network and the same, like, access to... Yeah, like, I can't stress this enough. Like, so to me, like, going in for a day, like, I flew in Friday night, I caught the ferry out Saturday night. Cool ferry, by the way. It's so stupid to me that a place that is a, you know, like a 3.5-hour drive or a 32-minute flight can be a 7-hour ferry away. Plus, then there was an 1.5-hour train after the ferry. Also, this makes me, like, actively upset, chat. Tell me if I'm irrational for this. But when I went on a 7-hour ferry, but it was overnight, so I just slept, right? I ate 3 meatballs, and then I slept, and then I woke up to the most haunting... I woke up to the most haunting thing there. And, they played... at like 5:30, they just start playing loud music to wake you up. Which is meant to be relaxing music. But you know if you had an alarm that's a song you like. Like, there's no such thing as relaxing music when you're being woken up. But anyway, so, chat, tell me if this infuriates you. Because this is something, like, actually, like... This will bother me till the day I die. Like, I don't think I will take this ferry again. Because I am this upset about the concept. So I bought a ticket that gave me access to the ferry, but also to a train on both sides of it. Because, obviously... If you're taking a ferry, you probably... And either you have a car to get on the ferry with, or you don't, in which case you need a way to drive to it. Yeah, basically... I'm late. Have I become Toy Cat? Sorry, Harrison had a really urgent message request there. So chat, I had to get a, like, so the train from the again, like, bear in mind, the ferry, it's meant to be efficient because you go overnight. I got on at sleeping time. I got off, let's be honest, before wake-up time. But then, even though I got off the ferry at 6, the train didn't leave. There was only one train a day to the ferry terminal, and it left at 7:40. And I was like, this is poorly timed. But no, it was deliberately timed. They timed it so that... Because they tried to kick you off the ferry at 6, but some people don't leave till 6:30 or 7. And some people are maybe being, like, banged on their door at 7:30. So there's some people who, like, stumble a little drunk onto the train at 7:40. And it's like, I had to wake up an 1.5 hours early to get off at the correct time, just to get on the same train as you guys. It's upsetting. There's a train on the ferry. So there are train ferries in Germany, where the train drives onto a ferry. It's a super cool thing. But, no, there's a train on either side of the ferry. So you train to the ferry, you get the ferry, then you get the train from the ferry to the... Also, what's the deal with airline food? I loved the ferry food, I've got to say. If you like weird places to eat food, ferry food is for you. Let me tell you about it. Okay, so now we're going to go do some pale oak building, I think. I've got plenty of pale oak. And we've just got to get over to the pale oak place. The train waited long enough for you to go to IHOP. Yeah, and because I actually worked out, I was like, it's 6:20 by the time I'm, like, out on the train platform. The train doesn't leave till 7:40. I have enough time to go and get a breakfast or something, but it's 6 a.m. on a Sunday, so nothing's open. And so it was just, I don't know, it rubbed me the wrong way. I was like, just give me the extra hour of sleep. Or run a second train for the late people and a regular train for the people who are like, you know, again, this is crazy, right? Toycat complaining about late people. I'm only bothered about late people. Like, the biggest reason to be late is when you realize that if you are on time, it just means standing there and waiting around awkwardly until everyone else. So, like, the ideal is to show up the latest possible. You know, being the last person, that is to say, you know, if we arrange to meet at 7, I want to be there at 7, knowing that most people take you know, arranged to meet at 7 as meaning at 7, I'll be there at 7. So I'll be there a few minutes early to guarantee I'll be there at 7. Like, it's actually, like, but it's really stressful when you're there first and you don't know how long the other person's going to be. I had this with a friend recently where, like, I was stressing because I was running a bit slow. So, like, literally I was running late. I was running and the run made me late because I ran slower than I was expecting. So I was running late. Very fun, I know. And also I'm making some good progress here, I think. I've got to make a ridiculous number of stairs still. But I like where we're going with this. But the worst thing is, like, you know, I think the craziest bit is if you show up to a plane 3 hours early like they ask you to, do you know what they do? They make you sit in the most uncomfortable seat, and then they scream out boarding numbers for people who aren't even there. They're like, we're calling boarding group 0 now. Is anyone in boarding group 0? And it's like, of course no one's in boarding group 0. It's a 1 to 9 boarding system. Why would you introduce a 0 to that? Just make them boarding group 1. Make boarding group 1, 2, etc. And make it 1 to 10. Don't go 0 to 9. What logic is that? But then also, before we board group 1, we'd like to pre-board any passengers who are active serving military. It's like, what does them being in the military get to do with them going to board the plane first? Are they gonna fight the wars faster? Is it gonna make that? It's stupid. Anyway, hoping for a third channel video of your trip. I have a sad news that I don't have any videos of my trip. I don't think. I do love sharing, like, my travel stuff sometimes. But it is really hard to, like, work out the... I don't know, there's a lot of, like, travel videos that I, like, half make, and then I'm like, no, there's no point putting this one into the world yet. Okay, so chat. I think I need a lot of stone, and then I need a lot of stairs. These are my 2 things that I need. Let's work on stairs first. This should be the easier one. Oh, have I already done stairs? It looks like I have, unless these are slabs. No, yeah, we nailed it. I did so great, chat. Yeah, wonderful, wonderful job that I have done for myself here. So, yeah, one of the interesting things about like getting to it. This is the biggest life pro tip. Like, airlines will tell you get there like X number of hours early. And it just means, like, ruining 3 hours of your day. And so that's kind of how I feel about, like, why do I go so late? It's like, because I'd rather enjoy my time at home, or concede I'm not enjoying my time somewhere. So, did you get bombarded by any fans at TwitchCon? Any on the way there or back? So, no, yeah, I did. I ran into a lot of people, and everyone was so nice. Like, there was a single person who I just don't think read social cues. But I get to feel bad, chat. I know this is something basically I think that it's tricky to, like, understand. Like, honestly, I still don't quite get it. Is like, what is the interaction between me and someone who says, I know you from online, and I get to be like, well, hello. You know, I like to ask people a few basic questions. You saw this in my stream, I think, a little bit. I think a couple of people bumped into me, right? Even while I was streaming, which I thought was funny. But yeah, I did run into a lot of people, maybe like a dozen or so. And everyone was so nice. I think, I'm amazed at how nice people were. Again, I say this a lot, but we have one of the better communities on YouTube. Partly through... Oh, I really misunderstood how the front of this goes. But it looks like that is fine. As long as we're consistent, we can be consistently okay. So we just have to break this staircase, and then put this one like the other ones. And we're good. Yeah, now that's designed. That's not an accident. That is beautiful. And then we also have to work out what goes back here. Like, I guess a big wall of this. No, it'd be a big wall of stone, logically, wouldn't it? But then where are these meant to be? Yeah, logically, that means this is flat. There's just a big old flat area back here where something exists for some reason. And then it goes straight into a wall of stone. Did you see Minecraft Switch 2 version got rated? Yeah, I'm starting the kind of preliminary work for a Q&A Saturday, but it's on a Wednesday. I could never. I get so stressed when there is a certain time I need to be somewhere. Oh, I have. Yeah, I think I used to get really stressed like that, and then I realized the stress is in the unfamiliar situation, and so apply enough time that you won't be stressed in an unfamiliar situation is step one. But also you have to learn that it's like, well, it's the unfamiliar that's stressing you. Why is that so stressful? So yeah, I think putting some like upside down stairs is actually kind of like a good look here. But no, I don't like that I have to then put a block below it. I'll grab some stone. I'll grab some stone stairs. I'll see what we do. Going through airport security in Vegas is either an hours-long line or complete doodle, and there's no way to guess which ahead of time. I mean, I guess, like, that's why there are systems out there, like TSA pre-check or whatever, right? Which, if you're American, there's always some free way to get, if you care. But yeah, also, like, if the security lines get 2 hours long, they just start delaying flights. Like, they don't send flights out without people on them. That's my biggest life pro tip. People, again, it's easy to assume everyone else has their stuff together. When you realize how little the average person has their life together, you realize how chill life can be. If you just have your life as untogether as the average person, if you have your life more together than the average person, that doesn't mean, that is not like a high praise. That's like saying, yeah, when a bill comes through in the mail, I do respond before they cut off the water. That's like, you have your stuff together, you know, or like, oh yeah, when someone makes an announcement on the PA, I listen to what they say, just sort of. Like you are doing leaps and bounds ahead of the average person. I'll be honest, when it's like 5 a.m. and there's an announcement being made, like I'm probably not catching what that announcement is. I'm just going to assume that someone else did. On the boat, they were like, "This is a very important safety announcement. If there is a," and my brain muffled it out because I was like, if there's an emergency, I'll just run where all the people run. They probably know what they're up to, right? They probably know what's going down. They probably listen to the safety announcement, so they'll just run in the correct direction, and I can follow them. And you might say, like, well, that's terrible, and it is. But knowing that you can do that sometimes means that when you are on the bull, you're on the bull. You're not, you know, like, it's the worst bit is when you know, to give an example, I ran into a bunch of people at TwitchCon. Literally 3 separate people were like this, and I really wanted to clarify, like, no, you've been so much nicer than the average person, that were just like, look, I don't want to bother you for a second longer than I need to. I just want you to sign this. And I'd be like, you are not bothering me. This is a nice part of my day. You saying that you watched the videos for X amount of time, or that saying that they made a big impact on your life, like more than a few people said that, which is like a big one, but also it's a cool one. It's like what are you doing? You're aggrandizing me. You're bigging me up. You big me up any day of the week, you know. Feel free to. You have my absolute permission. If I am literally in a hurry somewhere, I'll say that. I'm good at bouncing and running away. I like to think. I don't get quite what you're doing, filling in the gaps here. What am I missing? Yeah, I'm filling in the gaps here. Unless you mean like in my story. But in person, yeah, I'm trying to fill in the gap between this and that. And I'm using a bunch of stairs because the point of this build is to show that I can make a regular person Minecraft build. And so I think the biggest technique is, like, whenever you're making anything, just use a bunch of, like, if you could do it with straight blocks, but straight blocks wouldn't look perfect, just use stairs in confusing combinations, and it will look like you used more blocks than you have. Because, like, look at this. It looks like I've used, like, a slab here and a quarter slab there. It's just stairs. That's the secret. Secret is always stairs. And it makes a big difference, I think. Okay, so now we're going to work out this frontal entrance thing. I think that it's going to be, like, a wall that kind of splats out like this. This is my logic. It will go to here. Yeah, I think this is what we do. We just have a big archway that looks like this, except it only goes over to there. Because why not? That allows the tower to be nice and surrounded. Although maybe it goes another block. or two this way. Yeah, let's say it goes like this. Okay, we need to go to sleep anyway. This was good timing. This is great timing. The confusion is intentional. No. It's art. It's texture. Sorry, it's I say texture building when I mean gradient building. It's texture building. I do have to say, also, how much to get you to react to the state of play? What is the state of play? I literally do not know what you're asking me to react to. Am I supposed to? Chat, what do you think of my sixth signature of the day? Yeah. I do worry these are meant to be, like, signed, like... Okay, chat. I'm sorry to whoever gets this card. I'm gonna do one to show you what I mean by this. I feel like I'm meant to go, like... I feel like I'm meant to do something like that. But that's not how I sign things. Like, but that's what people want from a signature. It's kind of frustrating, actually. But, like, I'm like, no. This should clearly say... But, like, I don't know. I feel like just... There's a lot of, like, It's in a YouTube video, too. There's language that indicates certain things. So, like, it used to be back in the day, a YouTube video started with, "Hey guys, I'm RBX Toycat, and I'm here today to tell you about my exciting time at TwitchCon." That poor person. Aren't signatures supposed to be, like, cursive? Yeah, for a lot of people they are. Well, I mean... So, that one card with the cursive is going to become the most valuable. Your signature is literally whatever you want it to be. Yeah, this is a good life lesson I'd like to share. For anyone out there who's a bit like, oh no. Honestly, this is the dumbest lesson, but this is really an important one too. You know, a lot of people will try to convince you, genuinely and fully, like, oh yeah, your signature needs to be XYZ. It's not a real signature unless it's XYZ. And it's like, nah, signatures are just whatever you want them to be. So, like, genuinely, this is crazy. I make up my signature every time I do it. Like, I've got a professional signature, so if you had something signed from me at TwitchCon, that is the signature you're seeing on these cards. You can maybe confirm. Look at your sign thing for yourself if you'd like to. But outside of that, I just do a different signature every time, and it has never caused me a problem. Feels like I'm admitting to credit card fraud right now. I've got signatures from a few people. They vary a lot. Yeah, I think at some point there was a standardized way to do one. So the reason I was inspired to look into this is because tell me if I'm dating myself here. I used to have something called a homework diary in school. And so every week I had to have the homework diary signed by a parent. And I remember, I don't know, like, you tell me what you think of this story. But I remember, like, you know, my mother would always be like, yeah, I really want to sign your homework diary. But I'd have to remind her, and most of the time she'd be like, yeah, just, like, not right now, but I really need to sign that, sure. And it's like, I'm not putting in the emotional effort to, like, clearly you don't actually want to. Like, you want to. I think it's sad when you realize how many things your parents want to do, but actually don't want to do. They just want to do. But so, like, I worked out, like, I'll just start signing it myself. And then that way, you know, now I can get ahead of this. And then the moment I got away with it for the first time, and then the first 10 times, I was like, oh, yeah, signatures are just, like, they were acting like your parent's signature is this irrefutable proof that, it's like, no, a signature is nothing. Like, they don't even know what my parents' signature looked like to begin with. If it was a fake from the beginning, they'd have no clue. And so, yeah, I realized from that moment onwards that signatures are whatever you want. And if whenever they ask, like, ooh, this is a really important parent sign thing, you don't even have to, like, think about it. You can just sign it. There's no such thing as a minimum standard for parenting. Is exhausting, to be fair. Yeah. I got that as a child. I think you're not meant to, but I really understood as a child. Like, man, you have to look after me and yourself. That's stupid, man. No one should want to do that. And I think it took me a really far... I had to get really deep into adulthood before I could come to appreciate that seeking responsibility is, like, desirable, or it's, you know, like, no one wants responsibility, but it adds meaning and value to people. Like, there's a reason people have responsibility despite all the obvious downsides, is what I guess I'm saying. But like, I even now I'm like, man, if I pick up this friendship, I'm gonna like have to message you every week until we die. I like recently I realized like, oh, you're meant to just message people and check in every now and then. I had a friend who was like, oh yeah, you only message me like before and after we meet up. I'm like, yeah, because if I want to meet up, we do this as, is that weird to you? And he was like, yeah, well, like, you know, sometimes you just message people. And I was like, oh yeah, some people do just like that. Some people just want to have a little check-in every now and then. Get out a piece of paper. I can still do my mum's, just got out a piece of paper, can still do my mum's signature quite decently. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about, Kit Kat. Oh, sorry, that's what I'm talking about, Kit's Faye. Gotta use your name here today. Exciting, by the way, that you can still forge your mother's signature. Hope that means you can get out of something or get into something. Or commit fraud, I don't know. You just, honestly, all you have to do right now, you know, a lot of families have like big disputes with wills. Just sign yourself a piece of paper now that says everything I own goes to Kit's Faye. And I am saying this in full state of mind. Sign it and be like, well, yeah, as you can see, clearly signed by her. It will match her signature perfectly. Problem solved. Now you don't need to use that piece of paper, but you've got it. Boo, I will forever be Kit Kat. One of the first, like, you know, internet friends I met via streaming was called Kit Kats. Fun fact. You know, they were someone where I sent a message recently, and I was like, I might have to look into whether they're dead. I didn't get a response the last time I sent, like, a, hey, how's it going? Or the time before that. But that's the tricky thing. Don't take legal advice from Toy Cat. Always take legal advice from Toy Cat. You can trust me, that's legal advice. So I'm just going to put some upside down stairs here. There we go. And I think this is great now. It looks a bit ugly here. I think we're going to have to put, like, something in this. Like, just a big unbroken wall of stone is specifically what we're trying to avoid. But I've learned that in life, you can avoid all your problems by creating more problems. So get this, right? It's going to look really ugly and flat. So we'll just make some stone... But actually, I'll make some white pale oak buttons. And I'll just stick them around here. I'll put one there. And I'll put one over there too. And then I'll put one over here. And then I'll put one down there too. And now, instead of seeing a big unbroken stone wall, you'll see all of this beauty right here. Hey, Toy Cat, give me something random to build. Build a giant ocelot that is having a cup of tea. No, build a giant ocelot sitting in a cup of tea. There you go. What is nearly a senior citizen? What is nearly a senior citizen? I don't know, people who play Minecraft. You can trust me, that's legal advice, is normally used by scammers. It's normally used by scammers because it's such a trustworthy phrase. Like, you know, hello, it's me, your son, is used by scammers, but it's also used by people who love you most, if you have a son. Or if you have a favorite celestial body that provides heat to your planet. Look forward to cards arriving. I wonder if a special 100 months card will exist. Oh, congrats on 100 months. Polly E said was celebrating 40 earlier, which at first I was like, wow, 40. That must be, and then I realized like, oh, months of membership. But I realize now, Haunted Zombie, you're celebrating a big one too. Also, I bet this needs to have like its own, like everything's better with, like, if you want to build modern style, you just got to add stuff everywhere. Like, look at this. Doesn't it look so much better with those buttons, chat? Doesn't it look like I'm living in the future? The answer is obviously yes. So now I'm just going to use the stone slabs that I picked up anyway, and we'll fill in the gaps. Easy peasy. Just too many stone slabs. And now when people come by and they try to destroy it, they'll be confused. Or if you have a favorite scammer. That's a good point. Hello, I am calling from your friendship circle. What's your least favorite part about going to TwitchCon? Great question. YT applications. Is that like applications for people of my complexion? The answer to what was the worst part about TwitchCon? Oh, the lines. I think honestly, I don't like buy. I won't go to a theme park, even if I want to go on a ride or whatever, because it's like, to me, it's just, I don't know, it's a poor trade-off of. I only want to go, like, I don't know, I think lines are really, the same reason I don't want to be at the airport 3 hours early is the same, like the hour-long security line sounds bad to me. I don't want to do that. That's the exact same reason that I don't like, the theme park experience. And something really stupid is every time there's every game convention I've been to has long lines baked in. You want to play a game? Long lines. You want to get into the convention? Long lines. It's only gaming conventions, like regular conventions. You don't have to wait for an hour to get into the Frankfurt Book Fair or something. But if you're going to a gaming convention, the levels of packed they go to is apparently enough that there's long lines. So to get into TwitchCon, I figured I would be smart, and I was like, obviously there's a lot of people coming, but it opens at 9, and everyone who buys a ticket for 75 euros is going to show up at 9, get their max value from this. So I figured I would just show up at 10:45, 11, something like that. And the lines then, they'd gotten a lot shorter, but it was 25 minutes in the sun, and I was like, 25 minutes is bad. This is out of a 6-hour day, but it's fine. And then there was a 20-minute line inside. Okay, that's bad, but it's fine. Then there was a 15-minute line to get into the Minecraft area, and then everything in the Minecraft area was just a line. The last Minecon I went to was kind of chill. The only thing I ever saw lines for were YouTubers, which is stupid. It was the worst thing, actually. I had to avoid. I like running into people, but who are excited to see me. But the last Minecon I went to gave me this real PTSD of whatever you do, only you want to meet someone one-on-one, then you want to run, because otherwise what happens is a bunch of people start queuing, and as the data scientist I am, I start asking people oh yeah, how do you know the channel? What's your favorite video? And the number of people would be like, I don't know what my favorite video is, or I think I like your Roblox stuff that you do, which by the way, 2016 apparently. But it made me realize oh, a bunch of people are just I'm at a convention. One of the things to do here is to see YouTubers. So I see a line, that must be a few. And so I was like, okay, this is the worst use of my time. I'd be standing in the heat or something like that. In 40-degree heat, signing cards. People would be like, I have no idea who you are, dude. I feel like I'm meant to see the YouTubers, and you're apparently one of them. And so yeah, that's I feel like that didn't happen at TwitchCon, which is great. Even though I did see a bunch of YouTubery people there. I saw one of the craziest things is I saw someone wearing a headband that said Geminite, and I was like, I recognize that name. They're one of the YouTubers in the Hermitcraft. I was like, I know the name. Is that them? Are they just hanging out here too? Here with me, in front of me? I discovered your Twitch channel on Saturday. That's probably that old. Oh yeah, the Twitch channel's crazy old. It's gonna be early 2010s. Hey, Haunting Zombie! Thank you for gifting 10 memberships. Okay. So yeah, one of the big tasks I'm gonna have to do is slowly expand this out to here. And then also, probably it's going to make sense to have a layer of these around it. Ooh. OMG dude, I'm not gonna lie, I'm salty because I definitely have a favorite video of yours. I think that's a bit of a mean question. Favorite is a hard question, but I should be how do you know the channel? How did you find the channel? Do you what's your favorite series or anything like that? But you'd realize yeah, the first person who says hello to you always has a massive clue. And after that, you're here is someone who vaguely thinks they might know you and is well, he's here anyway. And I think in life, you always want to be like, I don't know, like you want to be spending your time with the people who matter, not the people who are there. And so like at TwitchCon, it was cool to see a bunch of people be like, yeah. There were tons of Hermitcraft cosplayers that had their names above their head. So yeah, what it was is I then saw the cosplayer. Wait, actually, I have a picture of this. I saw the cosplayer with. I saw that cosplayer with like they did a, I think Gemini and Grian did a meet and greet together, and in their meet and greet, the person showed up, and I was like, that's fun. And like to me, that was the case of what I'm talking about. Like, yeah, that's what you want to see, right? Like, if someone deserves to meet this person, if someone should be meeting this person, if this person should be meeting anyone, it should be the person doing a cosplay of them. Honestly, I don't know how I'd feel about that. I'd feel a bit weird, I guess for sure. But you know, in either case, it's still a fun idea. It's the one where you admitted you haven't been playing for an hour, and you didn't. Where you'd been playing for an hour and you hadn't been recording. I think it's your 100 tips to beat Minecraft. Oh no, the 100 tips to beat Minecraft video. That was such a wreck. I'm surprised it ended up doing as well as it ever did. Okay, chat, we're going to sign another card. This is how we do it. Just every now and then, whip out the pen, give a card a good signature. Honestly, the colors are kind of dark on the card. I almost feel like I should be signing in white. Oh, no, I touched the signature. They gave me strict instructions not to do that. But yeah, it's the... But yeah, I'm sorry to get what I missed. You don't have to feel sorry about anything. What did you miss? Gem, Pearl, Grian, LD Shadow Lady, and Solidarity were all there. Yeah! It's a bummer, actually. So the one downside of the way my time worked is I got in there quite late because of all the lines. Honestly, okay, this is my mistake. I figured I would just show up and then I'd like see people throughout the day, and that's how I met most of the people I was most excited to meet. I finally got to meet Mogswamp in person. You know, I got to see some community manager people in person. But I realized like, oh no, I was meant to like message someone and be like, okay, where's the secret? Like one of the annoying things about it being a TwitchCon is like most Minecraft YouTubers are also Twitch streamers. To some extent, differing extents, I'm sure. But like, I realized like, oh yeah, I'm not even a Twitch partner. I'm not a Twitch affiliate. I'm just a Twitch person. And so it meant like my access to the event was pretty poor, which meant that like actually seeing other YouTubers was also very tricky. And I realized like, okay, something to make sure I nail down for next time, clearly. My favorite video is you laughing at cows. That's a classic, Polly. That's an absolute classic. Man, that really... Honestly, again, every time I think back to that time, I'm like, I was 100% sure I would not be doing YouTube now. But, you know, like, I knew... It felt like I was pretty sure it was the tail end of the career at that point. So it is weird to still be here and to be like, oh yeah, that time felt like that was like years in. I was an old man of YouTube at that point. It makes me wonder where it'll be in like another 5 years. I don't know. It's it almost is this dark thought of like, you know, enough of your friends keep dying around you, and you're like, you know, eventually death's coming for me. I don't know when. I don't know why, but it seems as though that's the pattern that's coming here. And it's like a bit of a dark one. But it's also a bit of like cool to, you know, I don't know, like everything in life you can see two ways, right? You can see it as like, oh, weird that it's like that. Or you can see it as like, wow, it's cool that after all these years and all this everything, I still managed to be here. Still managing to be here. This is probably your most pleasing looking build, Toy Cat. Don't worry, we'll mess it up at the end. Don't worry, if you're looking at it thinking, oh wow, one hit KO of the axe. Useful to know. Creeper killer. I think it looks really good from a distance, and every time I get up close to it, I don't really like it as much. So yeah, I think I probably need to do some more stupid decoration. So these stone pillars could probably do with a few random buttons too. Like, what if, like, this corner here, what if it just had buttons around it, you know? Or, like, another one that I think would really help is, I did a little test over here, but I think there should be some shelves. I think this little awning that I've done here should probably be on all of the sides up. I think it'd get too noisy if I did all of them, but, like, at least one more, maybe. Like, set of those. And then also the other one that is along the same lines is at the top here. You can see this window really adds to the build, because otherwise it's just a big wall of stone. So yeah, there's a few like things like that that I've got to be thinking about. But this one was really tricky to make. And I still think it probably needs like whatever the closest thing is to a stone shelf, like a vertical slab or something like that. Or maybe just a regular shelf, actually. Like, put a shelf here, shelf there, shelf there, shelf there. Anyway, there's like a few things like that you could probably benefit from. And then I also think I need to do it more, like, somewhere else. But because this is only too wide, I don't know where I would put it. Like, maybe another one here? We could argue. Yeah, let's see what happens if we try. So we should just make this go sideways, which should work, I guess. Oh, that's not the correct sideways. I'll see what it looks like at least, but it might mess everything up because it's only too wide. Maybe I think I took my gradient too sharp to be able to pull off a window here, but then we can just put window here. Do I have the glass for it? I have one of the glass for it. And yeah, then that means we need to put some pale oak down over here and over. Oh, there's a block there, but I don't know how to get it. If I go in third person, will that help? It won't. I wish the poplar wood looked more like stone. I've been hoping for a stonish trapdoor for so long. Oh man, okay, I'm sorry. This is the most unrelatable thing to me. The number of people who are like, yes, light gray. And it's like, no, we have so many light grays. I'm built, like, this build is basically your parody of, like, we don't need any more light gray blocks. I'm not even using light gray wool or any of the terracottas or concretes. I've got so many blocks I could be throwing in here, but I'm not. Although I think it might be fun. I don't know where to do it, but I think because, again, this is all about, like, using silly building styles, I think I'd like to do a stupid gradient somewhere. Maybe this building here, I'll try and build it as a gradient. So, like, pale oak into gray wool into stone into, like, gray concrete or something. I'll have to look at it at some point, but I think it'd be fun to do something like that. Because, again, this is my one, like, quite modern style build. I feel like I have to have one of these in my world, so then everyone can appreciate, like, yeah, okay, this is specifically what we're not doing with the rest of it. There is this real, like, you know, I mentioned this in my podcasty style video yesterday. Ouch, it's fine. Did he blow up a window? I don't think he did. I need to go to sleep, but there's no way I'm gonna be able to sleep in this bed. Like, I really didn't like the dappled forest, but in reality, the reason I didn't like it is because I didn't know what dappled meant, and I didn't think it was a good name. It didn't feel like a name I would be familiar with. So you do have to, I think, to really dislike something, you've got to become familiar with it. Like, have you ever met those, what's the term for it? Like, S-rank racists? Where it's like, yeah, you know, like, you probably wouldn't even know where I'm from, but you still want to call me mean words? And the guy will be like, yeah, you're probably from Northern Eritrea. I just don't like Northern Eritreans. And it's like, yeah, that's, I think if you're like, I don't even know where these people are from, I just know I don't like them. That's not, you can't have that opinion. You've got to know something to dislike something. Otherwise, you're just saying that the feelings it gives you are bad. And, like, well, I mean, that's a bad thought. I mean, there's a lot of feelings in the world. Of course, some of them aren't going to be perfect. Okay, so, yeah, let's get back to the building. And then we'll try and line up our windows on both sides, I guess, as we go here. Steady as we go, steady as we go, as we go. I legit saw poplar wood and thought it was a joke. It's so close to pale look, it almost seems like Mojang was mocking people, asking for green or purple wood. Ooh, I had a comment. I've added it to my like Q&A, I don't know, like spider diagram. I don't know what to call it, but I've added it to my like list of questions. I think I might go into the Q&A. Is that was like, oh yeah, Mojang can't add a greenwood to this update because they're gonna add it to the end update. And I was like, that is so close. Like, that might be correct, but also, what a that's a bit of cope, right? That's a bit of like, we are making this wood worse so we can add a better wood later, is what that sounds like, right? That's the only way I can take it, at least. Maybe tell me if you think I'm crazy. Okay, so we are continuing our beautiful gradient, or not gradient. So this is a gradient that is literally just, we are going upwards. It is not a traditional gradient. Up in poplar wood. Yeah, the poplar wood is, okay, this is, there's a name for this. It's called controlled opposition. If you are, it's really hard to respond to random criticism. So what you've got to do is you've got to make something which has a like, some people just like to criticize. So a fun example of this is South Park. They know that the board of certification. Oh, I forget what the name for it is for film, but the film equivalent of the ESRB. They know that they love to just have some feedback. You know, like they love to tell them to tone it down in some way. And so what they always do is they put in something deliberately extra awful, knowing that they'll be told, like, you can't have that, man. And then they can remove that thing and it will still be just fine, because they were never planning to have it in the first place. Which does feel a little bit like, defeating the point of the ratings agency. But you could also argue the rating agency defeats its own purpose. Okay, so we're getting some pretty good progress made here. Now, my next step would be to go through these windows. So I'm going to break open here and then place a block down here so we can jump over to that. And we're going to see, yeah, if this is the second thing over, we're going to make this into a window now too. I don't have a lot of wood blocks to do this with. So I'll just place 4 there. And we'll just break through here. Honestly, do I ever need to match the windows on both sides? Could I not just say this side has windows and this side doesn't? I could say that. I like that idea. Given my stone shortage, I think I should work out if these one-side windows work and then duplicate it. Yeah, I think that's what I'll do. I'm clearly running out of stone again, which means we need to do a big thing. Bigger, longer, and uncut being an example. Yeah, bigger. So just I forget what the original name for that movie was, but it was definitely very spicy. Okay, so this is where our build is meant to go to. And so we'll just connect all of these up as we intend to. And then we'll put our little stairs on because... Oh, I don't have any stairs on me? I've used up all the stairs? That's crazy. So yeah, I've also got to work out where this building's going to go. I think right now the plan is to absorb it into whatever building goes back there. But that means I need a temporary, like, facade or something over here. I need something while I build whatever goes back there. And so I could just have a big old wall of pale oak wood. You know, I just won't think about it right now. I'll leave it open. No, that's a silly idea. I should just cut it off. Something like that. But also what I should do is keep in mind that these stone stairs are one of the trickiest things to do. So let's get some of the progress made here. So there's a stair here. Yep. Although actually, wait, this... I think the stairs should match the outside gradient, not the inside gradient. So that means that... Oh, I've really balls this one up then. Okay, so we'll go for 3 here. And we'll go for 1 here. No, we'll go for 2 here to bring it back onto form. Chat, I know exactly what I'm doing. I'm a building super genius. You can trust me. And then there we go. Yeah, and then we just do another 3 over here. And this will eventually make an arch. And then once that arch is finished, we don't have to worry about where it goes. Except we obviously need at least 1 more block. So what should this side of the arch look like? I'm kind of... Yeah, I guess logically the arch would connect to whatever comes past this, but I don't know what that would be. It was originally All Hell Breaks Loose. Oh, All Hell Breaks Loose is way tamer of a title. I've not watched South Park in years. Is it any good, says Pickled Witch? Good to see you, Pickled Witch, by the way. Sorry if you commented before and I missed it. Just like with Dazed and Confused, good to see you too. Yeah, good to see you both here, really. South Park, I think now it's at the phase where it has, like, more... I hate the phrase hit and miss, but it's more misses than hits. But I still think it's good when it's a miss. But I think, like, that's... Like, I think there's one episode every 3 or 4 seasons that's like, you must watch this. Like, I don't know how... The one episode, I think it's like... I don't know if it'd even be funny anymore, because, like, you know, the Trump era's gone on long enough. But I think the episode was called Put It Down. If you Google Put It Down episode South Park, I think that's, like, their best one they've done, you know, in the modern era. Yeah, I think the South Park people got really messed up because they had a whole, like, season plan for Hillary winning the election. And I just... like, satire doesn't work as well in the Trump world, right? Because he satirizes himself already. So you can't satirize him. You can't satirize the man who is made of satire. Yeah, I've run out of stone, chat. Oh, that's bulls. I should go mine for some more stone. Or bring some more stone over. And then also we got to bring our grass from here over to our thing anyway. So I'll put the pale oak in here. I'll put the stone in here. And we'll bring all of that pale oak with me. Last season was really bad, Imo. Yeah, I can't think of anything recognizable about the last season. Sign a card reminder. Yep. So here's the plan, chat. If we just sign a card every now and then it makes the task way easier. It also means that you're getting different Toy Cat DNA. One of the weirdest things about people is we are changing every single day. By, like, quite a bit, too. Over the course of your life, you replace all of your skin cells, like, a dramatic number of times. So, chat, do you want to see my collection of signed cards now? Let's do it. They split the last season into 2 seasons to get around some contract. Yeah, I feel for them, like, I've been in that situation of sometimes having to not sacrifice content, but, like, I don't know. Sometimes you have to... I will tell this story to the day I die, actually. Can I... If I try not to talk about it too much, because there's a tiny chance that it gets back to the company. But chat, I made a sponsored video years ago now. Okay. So I've actually made, it looks like 10 now. Okay, so here's my collection of signed Toy Cat cards. Oh yeah, they're all signed in different ways, but I did not think about how I was going to show this to the camera at all. But since now that I'm here in spirit, we'll replace the background. There we go. Yeah, we're living in the future. I don't even need a green screen thanks to AI. I think it's pre-AI, but you just gotta say AI when you make something fancy these days. Natural lighting makes you look good, man. Yeah, I am a good man. This is not natural lighting, though. This is whatever the opposite of that is. I do have some yellow lights here, and I think it's white lights in my office. That might be the difference. Man, it's so bright looking at the light. Don't look at the light too long. You've done 10? How many in total do you have? It's about 400, I think. So let's check, actually. I've got the box right here. So I'm going to unreplace my background. This is the last time you'll see my beautiful background in all its glory. Let's look inside the box, shall we? So I believe that this box contained 100 cards. I've got... Oh, I hope I'm signing the right cards. I've got another black box. I've got some cards sitting outside of a black box. And then I've got a pink box. And then I've got another pink box. I think that means I'm signing 500, or they each have 80. But it would have to be bundles of 100, right? Man, streamers... Like, some people... I've seen some of these cards sold, like, 1,000 or something. That's a brutal number of cards to have to sign. I know who I was this morning, but I've changed a few times since then. I've not heard that quote before, but it's a nice one, Polly. Trump clearly watches South Park, at least the part about Blame Canada. The South Park episode about there's only one road in Canada is a very funny one. It's very true. Okay, so we're gonna fly all the way over to the other side of my world. I do this fly a lot, which is why it's important to like build a road. At least something to fly over. Fun fact, you weren't supposed to sign these cards, you were supposed to sign the boxes. Oh no. See, this is a case of signing these cards for me is what going to the airport is for most people. You know, I think I have a house in here. I think I have a bed in here somewhere. You'd hope so, right? So I've got my boat elevator. This is the house I built for the one product we never got to have exist, the Toycat keychain. Someone needs to do the math on how long this stream would continue if he continues signing at this rate. A very short amount of time. What I need to do is I need to set the camera up to be pointed at my signing area, right? And then I need to go somewhere. Oh. Then I need to go somewhere. Not sure what happened there. Last time I did actually watch a full South Park, Minecraft didn't exist yet. The Trans-Canada Highway. Yeah, I'm really proud of Canada for, you know, representing during Pride Month. Okay, so chat. I'm gonna move my. So I've placed my already signed cards into a pile now, which means I now have more space to sign some more cards. And the way I'm gonna do this is I'm gonna point you down here. Look, hello. Have you ever seen how large I am? There's my waistline. Okay, and then we just have to go even lower. Okay, that's my phone. Hope everything's fine on this, actually. I'll quickly check. So there was... I don't have a stream from now. I just have Harrison. Okay, Harrison's very confused by this video. Oh, okay, so here's me. And here is my card pile. So I move that back there. And then we sign it here. Oh, but I can't actually sign that. Okay, chat, card signing. So, hey Google, turn on Grandma's life support. I don't know why it turned off. Okay, toy cat. There's a slight disconnection in the Y on this one. So if you get a toy cat card and your Y is like a V, and a line, then you'll know why. And then we'll put little ears on it. Because it always has the ears. Because I have ears, fun fact. This is a weird fact many of you might not know about me. Proper VTuber cam now. Hey guys, I'm a VTuber. I don't show my face because I'm worried about the world. I do think, weirdly, most people aren't self-conscious about their bodies. Like, I can understand being self-conscious about your face. But I don't think I've ever really, like, beyond, okay, so this doesn't go in the pile yet. It goes in the pre-pile over here. So I'll put the pile of, okay, there we go. I'll fill up this area, and then we'll be good. So then we put a second card over here. Toy cat. We'll go that one faster. Ooh, that one looked nicer. It looks more like a proper signature, and less like a child block writing. I set up my phone and my whole Google speed up. Yeah, I need to get like a code word for the Google thing. Sorry for that, Hauntin. Thank you for the 10 memberships, by the way, Hauntin. I don't think I properly said, but your support is appreciated. And now all those people get to go watch the new Toy Cat members-only Let's Players. Which the data says a large number of people do become members to watch, which is interesting to me. I would have guessed that most people who want to watch members-only Let's Plays know they exist. And it's kind of a thing where, like, the deal gets better as it goes along, I guess. But it means if you want to watch them, now is the best time I guess until the next video comes out. Okay, chat. Look how many of these we have. Yeah, I feel like faster is a little classier. It's weird to say, but like I do think faster feels a bit closer to that cursive vibe. You did, buddy. All good. Hope you enjoy damn tacos. Oh man, I'm gonna enjoy some tacos. So good. I'm currently planning a trip for like 9 days from now. Oh man, that's weird when you put it that way. I'm currently planning a trip for about 9 days from the current day. Weirdly, there's this hotel. I saw this. Like, I was really struggling about like, do I even want to go to this country? It's like the murder capital of the world or something. Anyway, but I was struggling with it a little bit, and or it has the murder capital of the world. But you know, oh look, you can see me use my chat. You can see me play. You never get to see this, right? This is fun. How do I get my son a card? Says Captain Bobby 1980. The cards were sold 6 months ago. So hopefully you already bought him one, in which case it'll, you know, it's in the shipping process now, or it's in the signing process now. Okay, so it's been 2 minutes, I would like to believe. So now we take the cards and we pile them up. Yeah, hopefully we don't smudge any. Oh, yeah, that looks good to me. And now we got a pile of toy cat cards. Then we take the next one out. Controller cam. Yeah, you never get controller cam. Oh, I can do whatever I want. I could be picking my nose. I could be sticking my tongue out using the middle finger. Oh, I can't middle finger you secretly or cross my fingers when I say, don't worry, these will be I will finish my next Minecraft project within the week. I guarantee it. Cross my heart and hope you die. Okay, so I've learned faster is making a little bit like more signature looking, which is weird because usually if you go faster on stuff, I feel like you lose some, you know, you lose quality. But I think for what we're going for here, it's a bit better. I think the ears though, there's like a size of ears that is good. These ears, they're a bit too big. These ears, they're a bit too small. It's a shame I'm not allowed to number these. It'd be kind of cool, right? Selling a Toy Cat card for $3,999 on eBay. They are all limited edition. The number will only go down as some people throw them away or die or something along those lines. Okay, so Toy Cat. Ooh, that was further away from the vibe than we've done so far, but I didn't love it as much. So we'll try here. Yeah, if I go fast, the T becomes like becomes one long stroke rather than two. Gives it a little fish, which could become like a little salmon. Little flippy salmon. That's a very stupid T. I'm sorry to whoever gets the wonky T. But yeah, now we sign every single one of these cards. I was thinking I could do it on stream, but honestly, I think I have too strong of a desire to play Minecraft. If it's right in front of me, and the point of these streams is to play Minecraft, I'm like, why don't I just play some Minecraft then? And you know, honestly, me makes a very good point, right? It's hard to disagree with me when I say something as profoundly useful as that. So yeah, what I'm thinking is we could have like a little pool over here, probably. Maybe we even should have a little pool. And also we got to work out whether the connection between this. No, we'll just have this connect how it connects. You know, that can be a Minecraft problem for later. And then we'll build this into a lake. So we'll fill in up to here even, and then we'll just have like this go differently shaped. And then by doing that, we get something that could vaguely be described as a natural formed lake. Maybe, just maybe. When people get their cards, they can come back to this stream and see which one they got and number it themselves. That's a good point. Oh, video's exporting now. I was very worried we'd have to work out someone else with that. But yeah, chat, you actually could work out what number cards you have. If you got one that was signed during the stream, You can literally do the forensics to work out which one it is, right? That's kind of cool. This is my first stream of yours, says Gamer CJ. Hello, Gamer CJ! I've become a VTuber. Oh, this was very high up. Man, it's wild that even if you try to do something consistently, like ignoring the fact that these all have slightly different Toy Cat DNA on, which is one of the jokes I've made, they're all just coming out slightly differently. Okay, chat, I'm gonna do something crazy. I'm gonna do a Toy Cat signature without ears. You're gonna have an earless card. If you get the earless, that means you have, I don't even know the number. I'm gonna guess it's like 30 out of all of them. You'd always pay your minions to sign the cards for you, and no one would know the difference. Yeah, I think they would probably look better. Oh, that is a chunky rabbit. They would probably look better if people did that, right? It's so satisfying watching myself play Minecraft. Like, I don't even realize that I'm doing this, like, thumb flick sometimes. Man, look how good I am at Minecraft. I'm moving my fingers all over the place. Got my triggers moving there too. Maybe I should do that the next time I like speedrun or something. Fingers crossed for the belly signature. You want a belly signature? Okay, let's do it. Just for you, Dazed and Confused. No, I think I'll get in trouble with someone at Makeship if I do that. Not Makeship, Creo. I mean, might get in trouble with someone at Makeship too. Who's to say where the controversy goes? What you mean is you want the Toy Cat card that was signed on the belly, I am sure. I'm tempted to screenshot. We get, you know, that is a fun point that you have, like, better odds of getting the belly Toy Cat card than of, like, winning the lottery by, like, a good bit, too. What's it like to watch yourself play via mouse and keyboard? Oh, not satisfying at all. Like, I could do it right now. Oh, no. Okay, I touched one of the not fresh cards. We're good. Maybe we should find out. Maybe next stream we should do that. Like, I feel like genuinely a controller to me feels like such a natural input. It's like so second nature to just all of the stuff. Minecraft was not that bad. VTuber Autopen on Circuit. Yeah, you're right. Let's just get the minions to do it. No one will even know. It is stupid because that thought has not occurred to me. Is that like, and okay, actually, you know, okay, chat. I'm gonna do the philosophy that will make someone at Creo, you know, cringe because they'll be like, no, Toy Cat, don't even imply this. But like, I think that in the same way that I would argue, you can't consider yourself, I can't say that I dislike texture building, or sorry, gradient building, or actually, I guess both building. I can't say that I hate fancy building until I do it a couple of times. You know, I much prefer builds like this is what I say. Yeah, I've got to communicate with my hands now. I'm Italian again. You know, I'll say that I prefer builds like this, but I can't actually mean it until, you know, I have to consider it. I have to at least go through and be like, what would it be like if I just got someone to sign it for me? And the truth is, like, well, I would have a bit more time to myself, but then I would know that one of the coolest, like, limited time products I produce isn't actually signed by me. It's got a misleading claim in it, which means that for years from now, if someone bumps into me and says, hey, I love this card that you signed, I'll have to be like, I didn't sign that. My minion signed that. I'd have to find a minion. The minion could come out years later with a story and be like, you know, I actually signed it. You know, like, one of the craziest things that happens, like some, you know, like, people, if you go into politics, there's always going to be someone in your life who's like, I once had a martini with Toy Cat, and he didn't even offer to split the bill. He just assumed I would grab it. You're from the UK, right? Have you been to Vienna? Yeah, it's where my favorite conventions are from. Also, that's how I know we're different generations. To me, the mouse and keyboard feels natural and the controller doesn't. I got my first controller in 1982. Yeah, I guess if the controller is new to you, in the same way that, like, for some number of people, TikTok is, you know, like, you have an issue with your plumbing or something, TikTok is going to be the default way to solve it, rather than YouTube. What's your thoughts on labor? Asking from across the ocean. I prefer not to do work if I could avoid it. Like, I think I'm quite I like that, you know, as an individual, for me, I think I want to do the least labor possible, or required labor possible. But I want labor from other people. So it's kind of tricky. By the way, chat, I wanna show you my chair. It's the stupidest chair, but if I just move, oh, it hurts my butt so bad. Chat, this is my chair. It's not a stool. It's like a rocking stool. So the way it works, I want to show you this. The way it works is it's like on an angle, and it's designed to like help your posture. But because I'm sitting in this for like 8 hours a day now, so you put your knees down here, and you sit on this, and then you can kind of rock back and forth. And in theory, that forces me to have good posture. Oh, where'd this come from? You don't usually get to see my belly. That's my belly button. But yeah, I think RPGs play best on controller. Minecraft is best on keyboard. Ooh, Minecraft being best on keyboard. Oh, I learned. Chat, I'm so upset no one's told me about this. I make so many videos about why I prefer playing Minecraft on controller, and genuinely, in some ways, Minecraft is better on controller. I think that Bedrock has just... I think as of this year, Bedrock is better on PC. Sorry, it's better on keyboard mouse. I still don't use it outside of seed videos, but it's become so much better. It's become a keyboard mouse game, Bedrock has, whereas Java's always been a keyboard mouse game. But yeah, a rocking stool. Ooh, my rummer. Okay, so now we can take all these cards, and we put them in a pile. So my original pile of 100 cards, it looks just about as thick as it did when I started, to be honest with you. Man, there's so many cards I'm signing. Didn't realize what I was signing up for. Minecraft is best voice controlled. Yeah, okay, actually, I think for most people, their most natural interaction with technology is via their voice. Like telling Google to turn off Grandma's life support is my favorite way to deal with this fiddly thing behind the camera. Do I even need lighting, actually, if it's just my chest? I probably don't. I should turn off that lighting. I should turn off that lighting, I reckon. Let's see if it works. Yeah, I think a lot of people, in the same way they're instinctually TikToking rather than YouTubing or whatever, I think there's probably a good number of people out there whose most natural interaction with tech is voice. Like, have you seen so many people, the revolution in ChatGPT for them was when they could talk to it like a person. I'm surprised by how true that is, but it does seem like it's true for a good number of people. Okay, so card signing stream. Should I do another weird one? I think I should do another weird one. Wow, look, magical technology. I used voice to communicate. It's a bit dark down here now, though, right? You can see my shadow way different. Intriguing how that works. What are you doing in the stream, if you don't mind me asking? I'm signing my Creo cards. So I did a limited time run of Creo cards. So these are collector's cards. They come in a sleeve, or they will come in a sleeve. They're not sleeved right now, which is fun. So I have boxes and boxes and boxes of these cards that we've had specially produced using this delightful art. I think this is such a cool looking piece of art, chat. So we got this custom art to celebrate a massive milestone. And then we're getting every single one of them signed by me by hand. And then I've got another box filled with another 100. And then I've got boxes after boxes after boxes. I will have to, like, check on the specifics of how some of that works, I guess. Yeah, chat, I kind of like where this area's come into. It's funny, the best parts of my world right now, my, like, favorite areas, are just outside the original world. And I kind of like that. I kind of like that a lot. But I do have a problem forming over here. So let's go back to my spawn. Because I want to show you one of my, like, accidentally running to AFK places. Because you might, like, for years, I've struggled with wool production. I think that by spending, like, just by spending time in the base recently, I've spent a lot of days in Minecraft, I've ended up with so much string that I think I have, like, a lifetime supply of wool. Well, not a lifetime supply. I have, like, you know, a few years supply. I have enough wool that now I don't have to think about what I do with my wool. What do I mean by that? Let me show you. Well, first of all, I'll shear my sheep, because It comes pre-dyed, which is handy. And I need some light grey for my gradient build that I'm obviously going to have. Okay, so easy peasy. Cool, the Golden Knights watch party tonight has free parking. Free parking at sports? Man, parking is the worst bit about sports, I think. I think too many people are like, yeah, I'll catch the drive car to get to my sports. And so it becomes a clever way to rate. Like, okay, you know, actually, this is my biggest rant of all time. People are too price sensitive for the price of things, but not for the price of doing things. You know, like, people will spend $80 on a game of Golden Knights hockey and $50 on parking, but they won't spend $130 on something that has free parking. And in theory, that's fine as long as, like, you can avoid the parking by catching public transport. But I think that's the funny thing of, like, the World Cup in America, you're not allowed to walk to. You have to catch the $130 train or something. And it's like, yeah, we wanted to charge more for tickets, but FIFA gets the ticket money. So we charge money for the public transport instead. And there's just something about that that's a little ridiculous. Would you consider Northern Ireland to be part of the UK? My passport says United Kingdom of Great Britain and Northern Ireland. And so I think it would be weird if I didn't consider them to be part of the UK. I consider them to be the first rung of like, not quite... Like, the UK includes Antarctica, but not really. And it includes the Falklands, and yeah, and like Bermuda, and like Gibraltar and stuff. So like the overseas territories are bottom rung to me. Then the next rung up is the Crown dependencies, so Isle of Man, Jersey, Guernsey. Then the next rung up is Northern Ireland. And then I would say like the core Great Britain is, you know, because even the islands of Great Britain are kind of their own thing. But Great Britain, the main island, is the group of people that I consider to be my countrymen, you know? Everyone else is still part of my country, but they're not my countrymen. They're my country people. I've only spent $80 to go to a night game. If you only spent $80 to go to a night game, you got a great deal. The least I've ever paid was $120. Yeah, it was. I'm really just complaining because I went to that Harlem Globetrotters game. Me and a friend booked tickets, and the friend I won't say why, but he had some legal issues. That meant, well, his father had legal issues that meant that they could not go. The intriguing thing about that, the British Federation. Canada versus Uzbekistan at the Ice Tekka. I have no idea what you're referring to, but yeah, totally agree. That makes a lot of sense to me. Man, I have so many cards to sign. I don't know if I'm ever going to be able to sign them all. I signed 6 cards, add them to the pile, and then there's just an infinite number of more cards to sign. There's way more than 100 of these in the pile, I reckon. Yeah, they just keep coming, and the cards keep coming, and they keep on coming. Okay, I'm gonna sign 5 like back to back to back to back. That should make it better, I'm sure. So I'll go down to my AFK farm while I do this. Actually, Europe is complaining what a pain in the arse lack of transits for the World Cup. I feel like they should remember it from when they were here in the 90s. I hate to tell you, Dan, but most people don't remember the 90s. I say that as someone who was born in the 90s. I feel like genuinely the memory of, like, on a societal level is quite low. It's one of the scary things about now that it's been like 35 years since the Cold War. You know, like our last existential reason to have fear. I feel like everyone's a bit like, you know, why don't we just go to war and then get some stuff that we want from the war? So chat, look at all the wool that I have now. It's not actually that ludicrous an amount, but for the amount that I've been struggling for so long, to just end up with piles and piles and piles and piles and piles and piles and piles of it. I don't even know what I meant to do with this much. Just an inventory full. And then you can see like the hoppers are loaded up on top of that. So yeah, this and the dripstone. And then I set up half a farm a while ago. It's stupid because I never like finished it. But I set up an auto cactus farm here. I don't even know why I would set up an auto cactus farm. Or how this was meant to even work. But to this day, my cactus farm has collected 63 cactus and 1 slime block. That's actually quite impressive. That's just goes to show that if you wait long enough, anything can happen. Got a new appreciation for ice hockey? Might be to do with the heated rivalry. What's the heated rivalry, Polly? Let me pick a side. Honestly, that's I don't wanna be reasonable about it. I wanna be unreasonable about picking a side in this rivalry. I wanna decide who's in the right, who's in the wrong. You're just like the person coming in here and being like, "So Cat, what do you think about Labour?" I need to know, should I hate them? Do I hate them enough? Also, wait, let me do something fun. I can... Look at this! Whoa! You can see my controller, and you can vaguely see behind me, but that's kind of it. I watched your super long video last night. Thank you. Technically, 48 minutes isn't super long anymore. I should do an actual super long video, right? It should be like 2 hours of talking about the cobblestone block in Minecraft. No, it wasn't a flower cactus farm. Oh, it might have been a flower cactus farm. I have no recollection. I should just seal it off so I don't have to look at it or think about it again. I think that's what I'd like to do. Toy Cat, the cloud monster. Toy Cat, the cloud monster, indeed. I think I probably have a good place for dripstone, but for now it goes in weird update blocks. It's my beautiful weird update block chest. Along with smooth basalt and free pink glazed terracotta. But yeah, if I have this much wool, I can now use it. I think I'm going to lack... I'm probably going to be lacking black dye. I think black dye is still a bit of a pain to obtain. And then I'm also lacking inventory space. Oh, I put something in there. What did I put in there, chat? Something I shouldn't have. Yeah, this chest is... I put too many non-wool things in this chest, knowing that it would never get full enough that that would become a problem. And now it has become a problem. But there we go. I'll just combine these 2 shears together. And life's a good one. Yeah, it's fully full chest. Now I have to go and make that gradient, because otherwise I've got too much wool hanging around. Oh, I can't scratch my stomach or my midriff. Is this a midriff, chat? Or is this my midriff? If my midriff would... This is my midriff. I can't scratch my midriff. Let alone my butt. Can I scratch my butt? Oh, there's a trophy over here that I just need to look at. But there's another one back here. You can't see it. So I'll just grab that trophy for you. I don't need to scratch my butt. Weirdly, when you're sitting down, you don't need to scratch your butt. Which is weird, because when you're sitting, especially on like this, it's when you figure I'd need to scratch my butt the most. But it's not. Moo the enchanted shears. Oh, yeah. It's my enchanted shears that I moved away. Okay. Put those back out. And there we go. Oh. I lost my enchanted shears for so long last time I lost them. So I'm glad to have them back. So chat, I got given this by Razer a while back. But I already have enough mouse mats for everything in my world. What should I do with it? I've got the Razer Gigantus V2 Minecraft Edition. It's textured microweave. I feel like it'd be cool to have a proper way to do fun things like that. I hate when people say, like, giveaway, because it's like, yeah, but then what about everyone else? I want to give a fractional share of that to everyone. I want it to be the traveling... This is a bad idea, and this is why I don't do it. It should be a traveling thing there. Anyway, with that said, I hope you have all enjoyed today's stream. It was a longer one than usual, huh? Oh, no, we've got to sign cards. We've got to sign cards. I came here to sign cards, and I'm all out of signing. Is that where the Razer sticker that's sitting on your shelf came from? Ah, you can see... No, that one came from my keyboard. If you haven't seen my keyboard, let me show you. It looks like this. It's so clacky. Even if I'm trying to be quiet. Cut it up and hand it out. Yeah, I think that's a good idea. Like, chat, how many people are there here? Like, I actually don't know. 110. How many people are in chat? Like, probably like half that amount. How many people are going to be willing to give me their address? Half it again. We keep about 28 little segments, right? Okay, so I'm gonna get somewhere. I'll go stand with the sniffers, actually. Oh no, I bullsed it. I'll go stand in the sniffer farm. And I'll sign some cards. Toy. Cat. Toy. And I'll do the ears for all of them after. Oh yeah, that one's rough. Chat, whoever gets this one, I'll do a pointy ears so you know. Oh no, the Y on this one was too high. So the toy cat is signed down the legs. I think I'm gonna try to do the reverse this time. There's a Y going up the legs on this one. Yeah. This is fun though. Do people actually like signed things? This is the one, okay, this would be my one, if I was gonna hire evil minions, the one thing that could convince me is if people didn't actually care. If I was signing something for the sake of saying it was signed, then it'd be like, you know, is there a point of... Like, I'm really sympathetic to people who use, like, AI to respond to emails. Where the only, like, if you use, or not, emails is the wrong example, but like, if you're using it for something literally no one cares about, so whenever I want to send like a customer service email, and you know it has to be a certain level of formality, it's like, yeah, let's whack that into a GPT or whatever. Because like, I just want the solution. I don't care about the process, I guess. Which is maybe the biggest problem, is that everyone should care about the process. The processes should be fun. But for lots of things, they just aren't. For lots of things, they just fundamentally aren't. I find the I liked things, if they're signed by ToyCat. Send out the pieces of the cards. I legally cannot do that for very funny reasons. Okay, so we're going to make some space for some more cards. Oh, I was meant to use a flat surface because I'm going to slightly... If you have a slightly bent bottom of your card, then whoopsie. I'll put a little smiley face in the toy cat for you. Okay. So no, actually, I'll do a frowny face in the toy cat for you. No, I'll do like an evil face. I'll give him little eyebrows. Yeah, there you go. If you have an evil toy cat face, that means I bent your card a little bit, and I'm sorry, but I am evil, so it's okay. Okay, so now I'm gonna put all the cards I have signed in a nice little pile together. This is what we have achieved today, chat. Outside of I think we made nice advancements in my build. I also... Oh yeah. Oh no. So, I've got a stack of cards this thick that is signed. And my stack of cards from just the first box that are unsigned is... Oh no, it's so much bigger. This big. I don't know how to like put them side by side properly. So I've signed probably like 30, and I have another like 70 to sign based on the ratios here. Man, there's a lot of signing that has to be done. It's like going to TwitchCon. I was like, oh yeah, maybe I run into someone, that'd be nice. But I ran into like a dozen people, which is crazy. You know, for being there for like 5 hours and not necessarily being in any too public areas. It's crazy just the scale of YouTube. Like, I sometimes get a little caught up in this idea that, like, yeah, if you have a 10,000 view video, that's like an abject failure. Like, I lost money on it, and I put my heart and soul into something that's probably harming. But 10,000 people is so many. Like, even the number of people who bought this physical product is over 300. That's an insane... Like, you know, like, actually having to sign them really helps me to appreciate, like, just how many people that actually is. And so thank you to everyone who is a person. Appreciate the people out there. Appreciate all the people a lot. But if you don't appreciate people, then you might appreciate that this stream is finally over. So I'll do one more batch of signing, actually. One last little batch chat. So put these in a pile. Very gently put them in a pile. Okay, let's see if we can't get the signed to unsigned ratio a little better. Yeah, so they said to me, like, yeah, we're only going to give you, like, you know, a week to sign these if you want to get them done by this date. And I was like, a week to sign cards, that's not too bad. But it is actually a good number. Again, if I want to do this correctly, and oh no, I've got to do it really flat. There might be a slight bend in all of these if I'm not careful. But yeah, it's like intimidating. Yeah, I like this little signature. I like this one, chat. I'd like to think I'm a person. I'd like to think you're a person too, Chilius Bean. I now will associate you of having an ADHD family, Chilius Bean, because you said it earlier. Yeah, what a wonderful little thing this is. My Wikipedia plushie, my first merch I've got yesterday, is watching with me. A Wikipedia plushie? That's fun. Didn't know that could exist. Okay, so as we come to the end of this one, so all my dry cards, all the ones that are safe to be stacked, let's do a size comparison, chat. Me and you. Let's compare sizes right now. Okay, so here is my stack. This thick, about 1 finger length. And I'm putting more DNA in all these cards. Here are the cards I haven't signed yet. As you can see, the stacks are close to equal now. And then I've got this box of around 100. I've got this box of around 100. I've got this box of around 100. And then after these 3 boxes of 100, I've got these roughly 100 cards. That's a lot of cards to sign. I assume the pink boxes must contain less. They wouldn't have pink boxes if they didn't mean something, right? Chat, are these different size boxes to you? Why would some be pink otherwise? There's got to be a reason. Speaking of things there's got to be reasons for, thank you! Can one of the cards have a hidden 100 written somewhere to mark 100 months of Toy Cat tax? Okay, I'm really not supposed to do this. So of course I'm not going to. But I will say that by accident, on this one that I'm signing right now, I did accidentally, you know, it's a crazy thing to do by accident, but I did manage to do it. I did accidentally make a little Toy Cat-oo to be 100. Oh no, it's a big mistake, but I've already put it on the card in permanent marker, wow. So I guess we have a card with 100 on. 1 in 300 something chance you got it. It was Anne with the ADHD family. Oh, okay. Chilius Bean, do you not have an ADHD family then? Should I remember that fact correctly next time? If each box is 100, that's like 600 cards. That doesn't make any sense. No, that's 500. Yeah, maybe. I'm going to do an inventory count. Okay, thank you for watching today, chat. I hope you all enjoyed. And again, just a fun reminder, even though I do have this background here, we will mostly be hiding it for the sake of these streams. So, thank you for watching our first stream since TwitchCon. And I think I want to do a silly challenge stream soon. Somewhere next week before I go anywhere too far. As to Void Flat, I am currently choosing not to think about it. No, I think the really big, super long challenge streams, I think I'm like pivoting away from those. I think arguably I should finish Void Flat first, but I don't know where would be a logical point to finish it. So if you want to leave a comment down below, letting me know where you think would be good, that'd be good. I enjoyed. Hey, I'm glad you enjoyed. We did it, chat. Enjoyable stream achieved. Thank you for watching this one. I hope that you have achieved what you wanted to in your life. Or in your Minecraft world. Which is more important than your life. If it wasn't more important than your life, then I wouldn't be signing so many cards in my Minecraft world. No, I'm excited to... I will keep you updated with the progress on this. I feel like I might just have to, like, put a podcast on and sign 100. I'll put on one of my long form videos. Actually, it'd be fun to listen to one of those back. I'll be able to like see what the listening experience is like and be like, oh, yeah, you can't just start talking about your life. Or I might be like, yeah, actually, 20 minutes in, a little anecdote about why you don't believe in Jesus is a good, or why it is that you think that actually life is suffering. You know, that maybe that's good after that amount of time. Sorry, no one is ADHD. So it is Anne, though I will remember that for then. And I will apologize profusely, Chilius Bean. But congratulations, or am I allowed to say that? Congratulations, everyone who watched this live stream. I hope you had a wonderful time. And I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye. Oh, man. That was a good stream. It's weird. I think I do enjoy drinking. Like I think a little bit like even just like one little alcoholic bevy does make the streams feel like it's unloosening and unwinding. Like, do you ever feel like we're in a world where like some decent like people are going like I think it's now the normal to be like teetotal, you know, to be no alcohol at all. You know, even like quite social people would be like, yeah, obviously I'm not gonna poison myself. And it's like, damn it, this is like where if I was like 20 today, there's no way I'd be drinking. But it's kind of like a weird, annoying one because it also is like it's like a bit handy. It's like a bit of like a loosening up. But like maybe the lesson is you should loosen up without drinking. But then it's like, well, but then imagine how loose you'd be with both learning to loosen up without drinking and drinking. It'd be better, right? Drinking a Heineken Zero right now. You're drinking no Heinekens? That doesn't make any sense. Yeah, I like a good mocktail too. But I almost feel like I like that for like the craft that goes into it. If I'm drinking non-alcoholic like cider, I sometimes am just like, I should just drink an apple juice. I love apple juice. A tasty apple juice. I don't love a hops juice. I think drinking zero alcohol beer might be my personal version of hell, if I'm being honest. It's not even alcohol. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you now. Oh, yeah, there's a video going out in... Let's check the thumbnail. Sorry for taking this long. My PC is bugging. Oh, the thumbnail now has... Okay, wait. One last sign, chat. You have the last on-camera signature. If you get the one that looks like this... Oh, this is so bad. Oh, I'm so sorry. I am a... Oh, that looks like it was messed up by... Okay, I'm going to fix this. I'm going to fix this good and proper. I'm going to make it really thick. Oh no, it's so much worse. Oh, I've ruined... Someone is... Oh no, chat. This is why you sign on a hard surface. I don't know what I've done, but this card has gotten a lot worse. Oh, look at that. It knows... That's so weird how the green screen blurring works. It's clever, but it's also weird. Speaking of clever but weird, hope you all enjoyed, and I look forward to seeing you for Q&A Wednesday tomorrow, as well as tonight's video. If you want to get a bit angry, it's kind of like, it's one of those stressful videos for me to make, because it is indirectly calling out another creator, but it's also like, but someone has to. And this is one of those videos like, oh, I know it has to be me. These are my people I want to look after. So I'm gonna